A lonely broke war veteran named Vincent McKenna lives alone in the suburbs of Sheepshead Bay with his cat Felix. Having retired recently, Vincent spends his day smoking and drinking in the local bar, hanging out with his pregnant prostitute friend Daka, or gambling at the local racetracks. As his financial woes worsen, Vincent goes to the mortgage company to take out another mortgage on his house, but is disappointed to learn that he's no longer eligible. Desperate, Vincent tries to convince the teller how valuable his home is, to no avail.
Mentioned.
The house is worth...
It was worth. Whatever it was worth.
You're screwed, and you shall remain screwed.
Disappointed, Vincent heads to the bank hoping to close his account and withdraw whatever is left in it, but is informed that he has overdrawn from his account and owes the bank more than $100.
You're overdrawn that much.
What does that mean?
You took out more money than you actually have in your account.
So I can't close this account.
You can, once you get it back to zero.
Disheartened, Vincent goes to the bar and drinks. After a few hours of drinking, the bartender, Roger, advises Vincent to slow down on his drinking, which annoys Vincent into leaving.
You're watching out for me. You serve poison all day to all these people that don't know no better, so they can die while they're living? And you're watching out for me.
The old war veteran then arrives home, and as he drunkenly tries to park his car in the driveway, he destroys his fence. Disregarding this, Vincent enters his home, watches TV in the dark, and feeds Felix. Then, as he tries to get some ice, he injures himself. Vincent then slips on some ice, falls, and is knocked out. Too exhausted to get up, Vincent spends the night on the floor. Sadly, it seems like this is the first peaceful moment Vincent had all day. The next morning, a couple of movers crash their van into Vincent's old tree, whose branch falls on Vincent's vintage car and destroys it. Vincent is woken up by this ruckus and rushes outside to check what's going on.
Hey, what's going on? You habla English?
Yes, we speak English, senor.
As he makes note of the damage, Vincent includes the damaged fence and blames the men for their recklessness.
This fence is 20 years old. Car's 30. The tree is older than I am.
The new neighbor, single mother Maggie Bronstein, and her young son Oliver soon arrive on the scene. And after seeing the destruction, Maggie profusely apologizes to Vincent, who quickly offers to sue the moving company for the damages.
Look at the crime scene.
Okay, you don't have to be rude to me. I'm just trying to move in here. I hired these guys to do it, and accidents happen.
Is that our new neighbor?
Yep.
It's gonna be a long life.
The next day, Maggie drives Oliver to the bus station so that he can take the bus to St. Patrick Catholic School for his first day, while she rushes to the hospital where she is starting a job as a CAT scan tech. Before parting, Maggie tells Oliver that she won't be able to pick him up later and advises him to take the bus back and start on his homework as soon as he gets home. In class, Oliver is warmly welcomed by Brother Garrity, who kindly introduces him to the class.
Maybe as a thank you, you could lead us all in morning prayer.
I think I'm Jewish.
I'm a Catholic, but among us, there's also a Buddhist, an agnostic, we have a Baptist, but it does not preclude you from giving us a morning prayer.
Dear
God, etc.
Thank you.
Amen.
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 Elsewhere, Vincent goes to the racetracks to try his luck, but he is immediately disappointed when he loses his bet. As Vincent sits stewing in his loss, a loan shark named Zucco approaches him and reminds him to pay his debt as soon as possible. At school, Oliver has a hard time catching up with his peers in physical education class and struggles to do the required exercises. At the end of the session, as he goes to the locker room, Oliver is picked on by a classmate named Robert until a teacher interferes.
Look who it is.
There's a strong man.
I think I'm Jewish.
My name's Oliver, by the way.
Then, once the commotion is dispersed, Oliver proceeds to change his clothes, but is disappointed to see that all his belongings, including his wallet and keys, have been stolen. Hence, as everyone stares at him in confusion, Oliver walks out of school in gym clothes and walks home. Later, Oliver reaches his house and tries to find a way to enter it, but fails. Exhausted, Oliver sits on the front porch waiting for his mother, and after a few minutes sees Vincent arriving home. Oliver summons his courage and approaches the angry old man, and after explaining his situation, asks to use his phone to call his mother.
Because these guys in gym class took my keys and my phone, and I can't get in. And they also
I
took
don't
my
need to hear the whole
wallet.
story.
Vincent welcomes the young boy into his house to make the call. However, Oliver is disappointed to get his mother's voicemail and leaves a message. Then, Oliver and Vincent awkwardly hang out waiting for Maggie's call. A few minutes later, Maggie returns the call and speaks to Vincent to make sure that her son is okay. Then, Vincent negotiates an hourly wage and agrees to babysit Oliver until Maggie gets home.
You want me to babysit?
Sir, is that...
How much you paying?
$12 an hour. Can I talk to him?
It's for you.
Vincent and Oliver hang out watching TV together, eating some snacks and getting along peacefully for a couple of hours. The next morning, Vincent watches Daka dance at the strip club and comforts her afterwards as she is told she can no longer dance because of her growing belly.
What's the word? Discrimination against pregnant women, yes?
I think you got a real good case.
At the school, Brother Garrity teaches Oliver's class about saints, and after listing some modern-day saints, defines the word as someone celebrated for their commitment and dedication to others. That afternoon, Maggie gets held up at work and is forced to call Vincent and ask him to pick Oliver up from school and watch him for the rest of the afternoon.
Yeah, I have to go pick up my son, though, so.
Sorry, can't let you clock out without the shift being covered. Hospital policy.
Vincent picks Oliver up from school and decides to take him along wherever he goes. First, as ordered by the old veteran, Oliver goes to a payphone to call his mother and let her know his status. But he's attacked by the school bully Robert and his friends. Vincent sees this from afar and lets it play out to find out whether the young boy can defend himself on his own.
I probably got detention because of you, asshole.
Probably got detention because you took my stuff.
How do you know I took it, you narc?
However, after a few minutes, as it becomes apparent that Oliver has no fighting skills, Vincent intervenes and scares the bullies away.
Well, I got a deal for you, little bully shitheels. Whatever you do to this guy here, I'm gonna do to your mothers. Ride this.
What's up?
What, are you waiting for a paper invitation?
Then, Vincent drives to a local nursing home where he put his beloved wife Sandy, who suffers from Alzheimer's disease. Once in her room, Vincent pretends to be a doctor to put Sandy at ease, talk to her and keep her company, while Oliver observes quietly.
Well, as near as I can tell, you're still beautiful. Perhaps you require a second opinion from my associate.
Beautiful.
As he leaves the home, Vincent takes Sandy's clothes from the nurses so that he can do her laundry at home. Later that evening, Vincent teaches Oliver how to fight and practices with him. Elsewhere, Maggie is served papers from her ex-husband, David Bernstein, whom she had left for his infidelity, demanding full custody of Oliver. Maggie arrives at Vincent's house late and finds Oliver sleeping with Felix. Vincent notices how emotionally drained Maggie is and asks her what's going on. After hearing her difficult predicament, Vincent comforts the single mother.
My ex wants custody.
There goes my job security.
One afternoon, Maggie comes back from school early and finds Oliver mowing Vincent's dirt patch, while Vincent takes a nap beside him. Confused, Maggie questions Vincent about his reckless behavior, but he defends himself well.
All right, let's go. I'm gonna make dinner, you can do homework.
Oh, I already ate.
Stop mowing. You're mowing dirt. Let's go.
He's fed, the homework's checked. I've done my job. I'm taking a break.
A few days later at school during PE class, Robert hits Oliver with a ball and injures him. Before the teacher can intervene and calm down the situation, Oliver gets up, rushes towards Robert, and attacks him unexpectedly. Excited by this feat, Oliver runs like the wind to Vincent's house, finds the veteran hanging out with Daka, and narrates what happened while demonstrating his punching skills.
You broke his nose?
Yes, sir, I think so. There's blood everywhere. You should have seen it.
I wish I had.
A few days later after school, Vincent takes Oliver to the racetracks and teaches him about betting. Afterwards, the veteran also explains how the trifecta bet and the odds work. After carefully taking in everything, Oliver picks a trifecta of riders and puts up his lunch money to bet on the chosen riders. Excited, Vincent adds some money and the duo bets on Oliver's choices. Soon, the race starts, and Vincent and Oliver hold their breaths in anticipation. After a few minutes, the intense race ends, and to the duo's utter delight, their trifecta of riders wins. As the duo celebrates the most unlikely but incredible win, Vincent realizes that Zucco's watching him from afar, quickly cuts down the celebration and pretends that he lost his bet, so that he won't come after him, demanding payment.
There! It's not there!
We won, didn't we?
Just roll with this, man.
The duo then collects the large sum of their winnings, hides it, runs to the car, and speeds away. Then Vincent and Oliver head to the bank so that Vincent can close out his overdrawn accounts, open an account for Oliver, and deposit his share of the money. Still dripping with excitement, the duo gets ice cream and has fun driving around town. It's heartwarming to see this budding friendship. It's exactly what each of them needs. Then they head to the bar and have fun while dancing together. Elsewhere, Maggie receives a call from the school's principal, Dan O'Brien, who informs her that her son had recently gotten into a fight at school. Shocked by the information, Maggie calls Vincent at home, but becomes worried when she fails to find an answer. Meanwhile, Oliver and Vincent stay at the bar drinking Coke and whiskey, respectively, until Roger refuses to serve Vincent, reasoning he's already had too much to drink. Annoyed by this, Vincent tries to act out, but just ends up injuring himself in the process.
Get the first aid kit. Man, you're bleeding all over the bar.
That's fine. Kids gotta do homework.
The duo then calls it a night, gets a cab, and heads home. There, they find Maggie waiting for them on the street. As soon as they leave the cab, Maggie scolds Vincent for keeping Oliver away without her consent, and the two get into a heated argument.
Oh, are we gonna do that? God, I love when somebody like you tells somebody like me advice, especially on parenting.
I didn't sign on for the hormones, dearie, so that's gonna cost you $15 an hour.
The next day, Maggie goes to St. Patrick's School to speak with Dan and Brother Garrity, and explains that Oliver has always been a calm, polite young boy, and that such violent behavior is out of character for him. She adds how worried she is that her lawyer ex-husband will win the custody battle, and remarks that he never even wanted kids, and the couple only adopted Oliver on her insistence. To make matters worse, Maggie explains that David has refused to pay any child support until he gets what he wants, which has forced her to work long hours to send Oliver to a good school. After hearing everything, both Dan and Brother Garrity sympathize with the single mother and let her off the hook, after deciding to punish both Robert and Oliver for their outbursts. On the other side of the school, Robert and Oliver are tasked with cleaning toilets as punishment, which gives them time to talk and get to know each other. As they spend more time together, the boys learn that both their fathers are absent from their lives and bond over their pain. Then Robert returns the items he stole from Oliver.
I only know him because he left when I was a baby.
Yeah, my dad's not around either. She did some bad things to my mom, so we left him.
Vincent goes to visit Sandy at the nursing home and takes her out to the garden for some fresh air. As the couple talks, Sandy gets a second of lucidity, which excites Vincent, but unfortunately, it quickly disappears. Then, Vincent is called into a meeting with the director of the nursing home, who informs him that he's been months behind on payment, which they can no longer tolerate. Hence, after some discussion, the director gives him a week to come up with the full payment, or warns that they will have to transfer Sandy elsewhere. On his way out of the nursing home, Vincent waits until the nurse leaves her station to bring him Sandy's laundry and steal some pills, hoping to sell them on the street and find some money. Later, Vincent tries to sell the pills with the help of DACA, but is frustrated to hear that it's only worth $100. Desperate to provide the best care for his beloved wife, Vincent goes to the bank and withdraws all $2,700 from the account he had set up for Oliver. He then goes to the racetracks and, hoping to win big, bets it all on a trifecta bet. Too nervous to follow the race, Vincent stayed by the bar and watched it on television. Moments later, Vincent loses the bet and all of his money. It's quite disheartening to see the usually resourceful Vincent backed into a corner, with seemingly no way out. Completely stressed, Vincent heads home hoping to figure out his next moves privately. However, when he gets there, he's shocked to see an angry Zucco and his partner waiting for him. It seems like trouble follows Vincent everywhere.
You must think I'm not a very serious person, Benny. You have no right to be here.
Then, Vincent becomes furious to see the men stealing Sandy's jewelry and warns them to put it back. Seeing that Vincent is not prepared to pay him back, Zucco orders his partner to beat Vincent to a pulp. However, before the man approaches Vincent, the veteran has a stroke and falls down. Shocked, Zucco and his partner quickly leave the house while Vincent still lies on the floor.
Don't kill him, but bring him close to it. What the? Oh!
That afternoon, Oliver finishes school and after waiting for Vincent a little, takes the bus home. Then, seeing Vincent's car in the driveway, he goes inside Vincent's house to check on him and is shocked to find him unconscious. Vincent is soon rushed to the hospital where Maggie works, and after some examinations, the stroke diagnosis is confirmed. Once out of the danger zone, Vincent starts physiotherapy.
Is he okay? I thought he was dead. He's just lying there.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. I think he's had a stroke.
At school, Brother Garrity gives an assignment to Oliver's class to research someone they know, determine if they have the quality of sainthood, and present them in a Saints Among Us school assembly. Meanwhile, Daka comes to visit Vincent at his house and learns of the situation from Oliver, who soon takes her to the hospital and introduces her to Maggie. Vincent then starts speech therapy, but becomes easily irritable as he has a lingering speech impediment. It's understandable that the proud Vincent is frustrated as he's never had to depend on anyone. While Vincent's in the hospital, Daka goes to his house to deep clean all the filth and organizes it with the help of Oliver. Maggie, Oliver, and Daka support Vincent in every way possible, including speech therapy. It's beautiful to see the lonely old man surrounded by such love and care. One day, Oliver hides Felix in a suitcase and sneaks it into Vincent's room, which delights the grumpy old man. Later, Oliver and Vincent race on wheelchairs and have fun. A few days later, Vincent is released from the hospital, goes home, and is surprised to see his clean, well-organized house. Daka then negotiates an hourly wage to stay with him and take care of him until he gets better.
What's all that?
Vegetables. Get out of that!
Meanwhile, in family court at Oliver's custody hearing, after reviewing pictures from David's lawyer, the judge questions Maggie about Daka, Vincent, and the questionable places the veteran takes the young boy.
Is your client aware that Mr. McKenna takes her son to the racetrack and they gamble? He also takes him to a local bar.
Maggie is taken by surprise to come up with an excusable answer, and David is granted half custody. Utterly infuriated by this, Maggie rushes home and scolds Vincent for his irresponsibility and blames him for her custody predicament. Instead of apologizing, Vincent retorts at Maggie about her decision-making, which causes a big argument.
What kind of a man takes a child to a bar and to the racetrack?
What kind of mother lets her son hang out with a man?
50-50 custody with his asshole dad, and I have you to thank for that.
He needs more than a deadbeat mother.
Well, he's not coming over there anymore. That's a given. I'll get your money for your stupid tree.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Later, Vincent finds an old phone message from the nursing home, notifying him of his wife's death, and he loses his mind in grief. On top of the loss, Vincent's mostly hurt by the fact he lost her while he was in the hospital and didn't even get a chance to say goodbye.
I'm afraid we have some bad news regarding your wife, Sandy. Please call us right away.
He then heads to the nursing home with Daka and is given a box of Sandy's belongings along with her ashes. Elsewhere, following David's request, a child care specialist named Imelda is hired and joins Maggie as she goes to school to pick up Oliver. As they get home, Oliver sees a somber Vincent and tries to talk to him, but is instead hurt when the grieving old man brutally tells him off and severs their relationship.
She died?
No. She shrunk herself. She's living in there now.
Do yourself a favor. Get a life. Stop living mine. You're just stupid.
You're sad. Sad man.
That night, Vincent grieves for his wife and carefully takes her stuff and throws it all out. Oliver becomes curious watching the old man dumping stuff into the garbage, secretly gets out, goes through the trash, and finds some old memorabilia from the Vietnam War. In school, Robert and Oliver's friendship blossoms, and the duo go together around town as Oliver gathers more information about Vincent. Meanwhile, Vincent takes Daka shopping and helps her cheat to get high-quality baby items. Oliver interviews the nursing home nurses and Daka to get even more information and compiles a detailed account of Vincent. On the day of the school assembly, Maggie and David amicably attend while Daka drags Vincent to the school under false pretenses. On his turn, Oliver surprises everyone by announcing that he has chosen Vincent and goes on to explain that, despite being a grumpy old man who spends his time drinking, smoking, and gambling, Vincent shows a true dedication and commitment to others. Oliver narrates that Vincent had sacrificed his safety to rescue 2 soldiers in the Vietnam War and received the Bronze Medal for his bravery.
This is Vin's cat, Felix, who eats gourmet cat food while Vin eats sardines. The saints make sacrifices.
The young boy adds that Vincent had been kind enough to take him and Maggie in and support them when they moved to town, and demonstrates the veteran's dedication by relating that he had been doing his wife's laundry every week for the last 8 years, even after she stopped recognizing him.
Courage, sacrifice, compassion, humanity. These are the markings of a saint, and what makes Mr. Vincent McKenna not so far removed from St. William of Rochester.
The audience is impressed by Oliver's speech, which clearly proves that the veteran fits the description, and applauds Vincent as he's called to the stage.
And with that, I'd like to present my friend and babysitter, Mr. Vincent McKenna, for sainthood.
Oliver declares Vincent's St. Vincent of Sheepshead Bay and gives him a medal. It's nice to see how touched Vincent is by the gesture, and frankly, I think he kinda deserved it as much as anyone. A few days after Daka gives birth, Maggie and Daka cook lunch at Vincent's place, and everyone, including Robert, eats together as one big happy family.
Don't you want to say something?
Like what?
Like a blessing or a prayer?
No, I better not.